You are now tuned into Black on Black Prime.
And welcome back to the B on BP, Black on Black Prime. We back with another one. This one, we ain't gonna be biased, even though we fans of Brian Hooks, and he did show us some love. You gonna put that in there, right?
Shout out to the GOAT.
Yeah, the greatest of the underground movies. Like he is the GOAT of it. But we ain't gonna be biased. We're gonna give the same review. And shout out to everybody that reached out. We only did this is our third movie, but we literally had contact with the people that made the first two that we reviewed, and it was all positive. Like, I know we be talking shit, but it's just what niggas do. Like, we review it from how we saw it, being honest.
Right.
So we just get on here to just, this movie ain't shit. It ain't like that. It's like we being honest. So thank y'all for seeing our vision and not our vision. Yeah, how I word that shit? Like
just seeing where we coming from as, like, you know, reviewers, people that make content. You know, it's not like we're gonna come on here and lie. This is not, you know, I mean, we're gonna tell you the truth. We're gonna give it to you straight. I mean, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to watch.
Straight. And that's the honest truth. Hey, and another, every time I'm gonna say this disclaimer, I don't give a fuck if we liked your movie or not. I don't give a fuck if you feel like we shit on it or not. We just we're trying to increase your views by giving our honest opinion, because like we're doing a whole bunch of low budget movies that don't get a lot of attention. So our thing is to bring attention to those movies.
Right. And
if you made it to where we don't even know you, but if we're able to watch your movie and we don't know you, congratulations to you, nigga, you made it. Plain and simply, like, nigga, the world can see your movie, so congratulations to you. I respect it.
Right, cause
hey, and we had and fuck that nigga in the comments, nigga. I'm gonna get my camera together, nigga.
I'm gonna start
calling you too though for watching the whole shit, cause nigga.
Hey, for real, if you saw some of that shit, you was watching, my nigga. So
watch the whole preview, but because you gave a full review, even though you're talking shit.
Yeah, nigga called me salt and pepper. I'm like, I appreciate it, nigga. You know, I'm out here trying.
Well, fuck you, nigga. I am somebody. I'm gonna get my camera together, nigga. This camera shot. Don't ever get at me,
man. Like, sure, give us a chance.
Right. Appreciate you though.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the movie we doing, Brian Hooks, Adam and Eve. It's on Tubi right now. Everybody go watch it. He once again, we're gonna keep dropping the picture of him in the inbox with us. We feel like we made it. He like the Michael Jordan of the underground.
Yeah.
Shouted out, said thank you for the love. I'm gonna keep showing love because he is the GOAT. But we are gonna review this movie honestly. We ain't gonna do no bias shit. It's gonna be the same review.
Yeah, I've been watching Brian Hooks movies for years. So I mean, this is you know, one of his more like, it's not a comedy movie. You know, I'm used to seeing Brian Hooks comedy. So this is like my first Brian Hooks movie to where he's actually playing a serious role. So
right.
That was good. That was dope to see.
Yeah, it's funny, like when you normally see funny niggas in movies, it's always nervous when they cross over. Like you be like, I don't know how this nigga gonna nail this. Like,
right.
I ain't shitting on Marlon Wayans, but nigga, I saw that that nigga did that the Queen
no respect
Aretha nigga.
I was just done with the voice because Marlon's a good actor to me.
Yeah,
this nigga, hey, Aretha. Like, I forgot.
I was like, come on, man. Like, but giving credit to him, like I seen him as Senseless and shit, where he does a serious part. Like he can do it.
Yeah, he can flip it.
It's like don't try to be serious. He's good at being serious when he needs to be serious. But that role, man, get that shit out of here.
That shit was funny though.
That shit was funny as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, if you're tuning in, subscribe. You know, subscribe to our TikTok, our YouTube, our IG, Spotify. You know what I mean? Run these numbers up. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And like I said, respect to everybody that reached out, because from both movies we had people reach out, and it was all like,
all love.
Man, fuck y'all. It was like they understood. So we respect y'all for that.
Yeah, so I mean that's always a good thing to see people that were in the film come back and be like, hey, like we appreciate that. Like I played this character, and old boy that we call Batman, he was just like, that's my real voice. So shout out to him. That was dope.
That was dope as fuck.
Shout out to him.
All right. So we back into this shit. So we ain't gonna do the I didn't like the whole structure thing where we were just going scene for scene. I feel like they kind of took us out of it trying to keep up with that. So fuck it, we just go talk about the movie.
Right.
First thing, nigga, when I turned the movie on, first thing I noticed was Slim, my nigga Slim from the Wood.
Lavinio.
Lavinio. The first note I got is Slim is shicey, nigga. As soon as he got in that car, I was like, literally, this nigga is shicey. That nigga was like, you know how nigga is too positive?
Yeah.
This nigga crooked as fuck.
So you knew all that.
Nigga, my first note is Slim is shicey. As soon as he got in the car with him.
Okay.
Like, this nigga cricket, because he was like, yeah, man, hey, I was holding it down for you, nigga. I was taking care of grandpops. Yeah. Oh man, I'm real proud. I'm like, oh, this nigga shicey.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like right away, I think the first thing that hit for me was the quality of it. I was like, oh, I like this. You know what I mean? Like, camera was on point. They had, you know, the little B-roll from a little drone B-roll. I was like, okay, I like this right here. Like, it came in like it was gonna be like a decent movie. I was like, I didn't think I was gonna waste my time with this. I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. And another thing, when I turned it on, I didn't know nothing about it. Like, I didn't know. I hadn't seen the preview or nothing. It was just like I just seen the cover, so I didn't know what was going on. But like I said, so when I said Slim was shicey, I didn't know what kind of shicey. I just knew this nigga was up to some shit. Like it was just something about when they introduce a nigga that's too close to the main character in the beginning. So like I get a certain feeling like, what is this nigga up to? Like he ain't nothing positive about this nigga. Hold on. I was saying like in the beginning of the movie when they try to make a nigga too positive, like oh, this is my best friend. We be looking out for each other. It's like something up with this nigga. I always get that feeling like, nah, they trying to be too positive.
Yeah, I didn't catch it right away. Like I'm thinking that old boy is, you know, I didn't think he was even going to be a part of the movie, which he technically wasn't. I thought he was just like kind of, you know how when they do the lower budget films, like they always have like a person that you know.
Yeah.
Movie to kind of sell the story or whatever. So I'm thinking that, okay, this is just a cameo. I think
right.
Old boy gonna be out.
And that will work in a regular world. That works, but Brian Hook's like I honestly feel like he's a bigger character or a bigger.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah, just him by himself is okay. I'm selling a movie on my own.
Yeah, he don't really need that. You know what I mean? He don't really need that extra nigga to like put him on the cover. He is the cover.
True shit. Real shit. Yeah, like just like I said, when it first started, I didn't pick up on like the little small shystiness of old boy because it sounded like, you know what I mean? Like that was his brother or something. They were talking about their grandpa. I don't know if it was his grandpa or not. Like I don't know if they was brothers. You know what I mean? I didn't catch that part. I didn't know if they was just friends, but it seemed like he knew a lot about his life. You know what I mean? He was just like, yeah, you know, it's dope what you're doing with you know, grandpa's, you know, a pizza spot. You know what I mean? You taking it over, this, that, and the other. So I'm thinking, all right, this is, you know, either his close friend or his brother. So I didn't think
it's
anything
like
was coming.
They kind of made it that like the close friend part. It was kind of like they kind of let you know because he didn't say he didn't kind of say like it was grandpa later on like niggas do when they friends. But in the beginning he was like, yeah, when you was enlisted, I was over here taking care of your grandpa. He was like a father to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like they let you know like we ain't related, but we like tight. We like best friends.
Yeah. And boy was showing them showed him the ring. He was just like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm about to do this. He was just like, man, you for real, man? I'm proud of you and all of that. I'm just like, oh man, like this nigga right here, boy. Was this before he left? So like it started off with his him having like that breakfast with his wife.
Yeah.
So when he's having breakfast with his wife, I don't know. I guess I'm thinking she's Eve because I would look at the cover. And I wasn't paying attention to, I knew it was Brian Hooks on the cover, but I wasn't paying attention to that was a different girl on the cover versus the one that he was with in the beginning.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking she gonna be Eve, you know what I mean? Like they hold each other down or whatever. So this nigga, you know what I mean? Good husband in the morning, making eggs for his wife. You know what I mean? She come bouncing down the stairs like, you know, like, she said something about giving him head in the bed. I'm just like, okay.
Message.
I was just like, shit, do your thing, girl. But you know what I mean? I guess, yeah, we can get into that next part.
Hey, so the funny thing about that was like they whole connection, right? Peaceful ride. Then they go, oh, thank you for the ride and all of the shit. Yeah. Then when the nigga drop him off, they get out the car like, yeah, nigga, I'm out at 2. Don't be late. Like, nigga, I gave you a ride. Nigga, don't get at me like, nigga, I'll be here when I'm here. Nigga, like, he was like, yo, I really appreciate you for the ride. You know what I mean? Oh, don't worry about it. I got you. Then that nigga got out like 2:00. Nigga, don't be late. Like, nigga, don't go into your motherfucking.
Like, nigga, Ubers is running 24 hours.
Hey, but this part is like, I don't know if I was tripping, but he caught a ride to his pizza restaurant.
Yeah.
But later on in the movie, he's walking to the pizza restaurant from the house.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's one of those continuity things.
Nigga, continuity was that old lady not biting that pizza and talking about how good.
A fresh pizza was the best pizza I've ever had. Just like, well, taste it first.
Yeah, she kept turning the plate. I'm like, ma'am, if you don't bite that motherfucker.
That pizza looked dry. I ain't gonna lie. The crust look ashy. I know Papa John's when I see it.
Oh, dude was like, it's the best pizza I ever had. I ain't know black people made pizza. Like, you ain't taste. Neither one of y'all tasted that pizza.
Not a slice.
But like I said, the confirmation for Slim being shiesty was right after that scene when that nigga was like, he didn't give him no time to call back or show up, but he was like, let me call him, let him know it's over early. He was like, he called him, nigga didn't answer. So, hey, you take it. I'm gonna call an Uber. Like, you should have got the Uber at first, but when he said I'm gonna call an Uber, I was like, I know exactly where this nigga's at, and I know exactly what this nigga's doing.
I think that's when it clicked for me that it was gonna be some fucked up shit that happened because he called. He was just like, anytime a nigga say he going home early, it's about to be some shit.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. So him doing that just let me know that this is where this movie is going. I was just like, I don't know if he about to kill somebody early or what, but when that nigga went home and walked in, babe, babe, oh my God, she fucking. He gonna hear some moaning soon, and To not my surprise, nigga, he was in there getting it in on the shower.
I don't give a fuck.
Shower.
I don't give a fuck what type of shower you taking. You hear somebody yelling, nigga, through the house. He yelled hell loud.
Right. And they're in there just getting it in. And the fucked up part about it, right? Like when I think about the actual situation, it's just like, all right, it's not like this nigga is out of the country, you know what I mean?
Right.
Whatever the case is, this nigga not too far away, driving distance away. He got a key. What y'all doing? You know what I mean? That never made sense to me in movies to where they make it to where niggas fucking somebody with a woman or a man that's fucking somebody in their house in the bed. Like
take her to your house. You know he can't drive to your house. Nigga,
take her to the hotel. Take her to a hotel, bro. Like, what you doing? Like that means they have enough time, right, to fuck and get in the shower, clean up the sheets because it's like y'all fucked in the bed, possible. Well, I mean, no, they fucked in the shower, so it's like I guess they don't have to clean the sheets, but it just don't make sense. Like I'll be a little bit too paranoid to be in another person's house in the shower. I can't hear nothing.
And you know this nigga's crazy. Like he knew he was crazy from the army. Well, I don't want to say crazy. He had PTSD. Like he snap on a nigga. He knew that already.
Yeah, so.
But then it's funny when they get out and be like, let me explain it. It ain't what it look like. Nigga, what?
That nigga came out the shower. He was just like, let me talk, bro. Like, what we talking about?
Talk about, nigga.
Like, nigga, y'all both naked.
Well, what's funny about that fight, like, the fight was funny, but that nigga choked him out. You see when he choked him out, that nigga Slim was like, nigga, you ain't tapping out, nigga.
Nigga, this ain't MMA. We ain't got no rules, nigga. This ain't...
Nigga, you are dead. You ain't tapping out. That nigga was like...
He was trying to let him know, it was like, yo, we brothers. Nigga, we supposed to be brothers. Nigga's like, nah.
And then, so after that, when he choked the girl or whatever, he left. And then like flash forward, did he lose the pizza deal?
I don't think so, because like he was still, he still had the, the restaurant. It looked like it was still, booming after the whole 3 years later credit.
Yeah. So the restaurant was already booming. His meeting was to expand. He was supposed to he was supposed to get more restaurants, but then he still he seemed like he got money, but he's still walking. He don't want to drive his grandpa car. I understood that part, but he could have bought another car. If this is like the deal of a lifetime, it didn't seem like his money really changed.
Right. And I'm not even sure that deal was to like get money right away for like himself. I think it was just like you said, money to expand. And it's like, that don't mean, I mean, after 3 years, you would think that he's making more money, right?
Yeah.
But who knows? I don't know. They probably didn't really think about it. But let's not pass the part where he choked her. That was, I clapped my hands. I was like, yes.
Hey, I'm like, don't let her go. I want to see her expired.
Right. I thought he was about to kill her. I was just like, yeah, run that. Run that death scene.
That nigga was mad. And like I said, like when you see that coming, like we were saying, we're not used to seeing Brian Hook serious.
Mm-hmm.
So when I seen that scene, was like when I seen him getting down, I'm like, fuck it, I don't know if I'm going. I hope he don't do like something goofy, but he didn't. Like he turned into a straight serious dude. Like it was nothing goofy about what he did.
Yeah.
You seen it in his face. Like he was convincing his motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you could tell he's like, a seasoned actor. Like he ain't, in there doing like extras. He ain't, being overly aggressive. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I'm not gonna be able to believe Brian Hooks. Brian Hooks is goofy. Like in this movie, that be funny as hell.
You be naturally goofy. Like even in here, like it's some like certain shit he's saying serious, but you kind of laughing like this nigga stupid.
Yeah. So yeah, that whole situation with the business, I'm not sure exactly where he was 3 years later. But it seemed like he was still on the up and up because he had employees and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't think he went down in money. It just seemed like his mindset was different.
Right. Yeah. I guess that was it.
Yeah.
But it's like I just wanted to know. You know what I mean? Because he made it a big deal. He like, oh, this is the deal. Oh, I'm coming up. Like this is it. So it's like I wanted to see if he actually, because he was already in a big ass house.
But
I wanted to see if he actually like what the deal brought him basically.
Yeah, and they didn't really let us know what happened between him and his. I don't know if because that wasn't his wife, but they were living together. So
yeah, he was about to propose to her.
Right. So it's just like, were they? Was that his house? Was that their house?
I think it was his house.
Okay.
Because after that, you see like they kept, like you said, the shot when they kept showing the house. It was the same house, so it was like she had to get out.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to know what happened to Slim. Like, did he? Because in movies, when you choke somebody out, they dead. But in real life, you choke somebody out, they just passed out. So I'm like, did he kill him?
I don't think he killed him because he'd been in jail.
Nah, not necessarily, because there's another nigga in this movie who killed somebody who got out on parole in 2 years or 3 years.
That's true. That's true. I don't know if he killed him or not. I think if he killed him, they would have let us know that, you know what I mean? Like, right. Especially when he was in therapy, they would have been like, you killed somebody, that's probably tough on you, but they never mentioned him again.
Right.
You know
that was just something, I guess that's just like a random thought about it.
Yeah. I'm not 100% sure. Like, that was one of those situations to where he was just like low key the cameo, like Lavinia.
Yeah.
What page 15 on?
Yeah. Hey, he need to be in more movies though, I ain't gonna lie. But then he leaving the pizza restaurant, he giving the food to the old man.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't believe he was homeless because he had white ass teeth. So when he was like he gave him that pizza, that nigga smiled with the Colgate smile. I'm like, he's not homeless. And they like, I believe he goes to the house every night. Hey, he's not homeless, nigga.
I think he's using Brian Hooks like his kindness, because it's like, that nigga always smiling. He was like, anytime you need it, man, just let me know. He was just like, what I need a job for? Like, you helping me you giving me pizza every day. You shooting me a couple dollars every night. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, I'm good. I ain't got no bills to pay.
I'm out here getting it.
I don't want to mop floors at your pizza restaurant.
Hey, anything he could have did anything.
He could have did it. He was like, nah, nigga, like, I'm good with this homeless life, bro. I'm out here living.
So then after that, then we meet the character Eve. Like, she looked like light-skinned Issa Rae to me, but we meet her like at her grandma's house, and you could tell kind of like I don't know if she's acted in something else before, but I kind of had the feeling this is her first acting gig.
And she looked familiar to me, like maybe not an actress, maybe she might like a model or something, but I felt like I saw her before in something. Not 100%
You
sure.
seen her in Insecure. I think she's light. Look at her. She looked exactly like Issa Rae, just light skinned with hair.
Oh shit! Well,
Like literally, I know you're looking at her right now. Nigga, look at her.
I'm trying to.
But so we introduced to her in her grandma's house. Like we don't really know her story. We just know her grandma kind of loved her and then told her to get out in the next sentence. Like
like she pretty much told her that, listen, I know I'm old, but I'm out here still getting dick, so I'm gonna need you to get the hell up out of here.
It was random as fuck. But we don't know her story. We just know. And then so you were saying you was confused on her, him and Slim being related. I was confused on her and the dark girl being related. I don't know if they was related.
Yeah, I think they were like cousins, right?
I don't know.
Oh, okay, because it seemed like it. Well, I mean, they could have just been good friends. They don't look nothing alike, but
at all.
you don't have to look like your cousin either.
Not at all. But I'm saying it's their interaction, because she was just like, "Oh, how you know she in the city or whatever?" And then she happened to call right then and there, and like, how grandma knows? She calling her grandma too, but it could be a best friend thing, so we don't know if they're related either.
Right. Yeah. That whole thing. I guess when you watching a movie, you don't really know what's to come, because like once that flashback came of the Hispanic man holding the shotgun, I'm thinking that got something to do with Brian Hooks. You know what I mean? I'm just like what happened? You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there like who is this new girl? And maybe just because I had to watch the movie twice. I watched the movie twice. So the first time, maybe I might have looked away, or I wasn't, paying attention fully. But I'm thinking still that this story has went from Brian Hooks choking old girl out to the girl now she's doing her own thing 3 years later. Now they look totally different.
You thought it was the same girl the first time,
right? They look totally different, but it's like I wasn't really like paying attention, first of all, because like she only had that one scene, and then she was in the shower, her hair was wet. She light skinned. I don't know, like she looked like I thought they were the same person at one point. So I was just like, I'm thinking, okay, this is her life now. You know what I mean? And she's going through some shit, and I think when she was on the phone, they were saying, I know you've been through something and blah blah blah. So I'm thinking they talking about when she got choked out by Brian Hooks and left. So, but that was just me not paying attention fully the first time, because the second time I got it right away. I'm just like, that's a totally different woman.
No, I don't know. I saw that it was two different women, and then like his then you see him, like you said, he was talking to the psychiatrist. It's like you could tell he's talking about she's in the past. So it's not like this movie would have been crazy for him to be like for them to like jump back to her. And like, cause they're not supposed to give a fuck about her after that beginning scene.
Yeah.
Like she, like, bitch, you ain't shit out on your life after what you did.
Right, but I'm thinking she Eve still, because like I didn't look at the cover fully. I just saw like two people and it's in black and white. So I'm thinking, okay, this is still Eve, but it's not like I had to watch it again to know that wasn't the same girl. But it's like I didn't know until like later, like kind of in the middle, to where I was like, okay, this is definitely not the same woman. This is like a new girl, new story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But then so what the fuck happened after that? So she end up coming to stay with her partner. Her partner was just like a nigga. She ready to fuck the world. Like she just
little thought
all the way wild, nigga. She like. They show up to his pizza restaurant, and then like that's what's funny. It's like you see he's into her, like you see Adam is into Eve, but the dark skinned girl is just like, I don't give a fuck. I still want you too. Like you're trying to be nice about it, kind of like, nigga, I'm not talking to you. She just, oh yeah, I want to show me around the city. Like you know what I mean? Like calm down. Like you doing a lot. It's girls like that, but calm the fuck down.
Yeah, she didn't give a damn. She was just like, look. This nigga got a pizza place. Seemed like he got his head on straight, you know what I mean? But yeah, like that was that. Well, I don't know if that was the next scene or not, but when they went to the club and like she's in there. Oh, actually, before that, they showed Brian Hooks like getting it in like the back room or something with some one of his employees or some business lady or whatever. So that shows, I guess, his character development. Now he's going on to like be this hoe out here in the streets. And nigga, like, you know what? I've been done wrong. I'm about to be out here in the streets. Like I'm just
on.
Yeah, he's like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, this is what I do now. This
That nigga walk, yeah,
in the bed with twins.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. He was fucking her in the hallway, and then he wake up with the twins.
Yeah.
And then so when they're discussing that, him and his partners, did you get the vibe like that was kind of borrowed from Boomerang?
You talking about okay, I get what you're saying. Well, him and David Allen Greer, pretty much. If David Allen Greer and Martin, and they kind of talking about all the stuff he do. I feel like it could have been maybe not even borrowed, but just like because I don't feel like the movie felt like Boomerang to me. Like,
yeah. Well, when I say borrowed, I don't mean like that. It's kind of like you show what you inspired by.
Right. Yeah. Possibly. Yeah. Because they was in the gym talking. It's like one of the niggas is super goofy.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga's like living vicariously through Brian Hooks and shit. Like, nigga, tell me the story, nigga. What they do? Did they touch each other?
But nigga take from real world.
Right. Yeah. So that whole scene was just funny because it was just super random. It was like nigga wake up in the bed with two twins. They just discuss it like they don't touch each other. That'll make it right.
They sisters. That don't.
Siblings shouldn't be in the bed together fucking the same nigga. But I mean, hey, shit, salute though.
No hate. We ain't hating at all.
I ain't hating at all. Not at all.
But so then like we said, then they meet. She kind of like she kind of like rude, or not. I don't want to say rude, but she kind of looking at him like nah, I don't fuck with you.
Come on, Eve.
Yeah. And then you said whatever.
No, I was saying it's like I don't know. I didn't get that. I thought that she low-key liked him off bat too. Like, but she wasn't like ass thirsty.
Maybe that's what it was. Because she kind of looked at him like, I feel like she judged him about the pizza place. Like, yeah, you should get a promotion. Like, you trying to be funny.
Like, do you even have a job?
Yeah. But shit, I feel like she was trying to be funny. But then, I guess, like when they first saw each other, she kind of gave him that look like, oh yeah, I like him. But then towards the end, it was kind of like, leave me alone. But then at the liquor store, she like, oh, Mr. Pizza Man. He turned around like, what's up? He's like, oh, you do remember. I'm like, him saying what's up means he remember.
It was just like, man, I just saw you today.
Which is weird. Okay, so then after that interaction, I didn't like the whole them building the relationship scene. They played the R&B song slapped though. I was trying to Shazam that motherfucker. I couldn't find it. But that shit slapped.
Shazam that shit.
Hey, anybody, if you know what song that was, let me know. Nigga, that motherfucker was slapping. But that scene was too long. Like, and I understood why. Like because we'll be like, nigga, ain't no way they fell in love that fast. So it's kind of like you want to show them falling in love.
Yeah,
but nigga, it was getting to the end of the song where you get the ad libs like the beat's still going. I'm like, hey,
they didn't did the bridge.
They did 3 bridges.
Like, how you get to the bridge? How you get to the
whole
bridge?
time I was like, all right though, but that shit was slapping.
Yeah, that was a long what do they call like movie, like it was a musical montage, a music montage, and just trying to like, I guess cut the movie in half because the movie's only 2 hours, so it's like they don't have time to, sit there and okay, like we about to go on 3 or 4 dates before, we get this couple to see that they're in love. Because if you think about, I guess the story Adam and Eve, right? It's like you thinking that this is like about a couple that, they've been together and they like ride or die for each other. But at the same time, it's like how you gonna be ride or die for somebody you only met for like a week or 2. So they trying to make, I don't know if they were trying to make it seem like that was some months that went by. But
wait, what Adam and Eve story are you talking about?
What was that? The actual Adam and Eve story? Wasn't they like their family was against each other? Didn't they know each other?
Oh no, you talking about Romeo and Juliet?
Shit!
Nigga, Adam and Eve was the first people on Earth. We sponsored by Red Bull. Adam and Eve was the first people on Earth. Nigga, she bit the apple and fucked the world up.
I'm gonna cut that part out. Don't worry.
Hey, leave it now. Hey, leave that in there though.
Leave that in there, cuz. Hey, for real. Oh, you know what's funny? Because if you look at the Romeo and Juliet story, like it looks the same. Like the title has like that plus, like Adam plus Eve, like Romeo plus Juliet. So yeah, I'm talking about Romeo and Juliet.
The guy was over here like,
it's early in the morning, man. I don't know. He was just like, nigga, what? You talking about the biblical? Okay, so now I really yeah, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Adam and Eve, totally different. Totally
It's
different.
like so Adam and Eve, Adam is doing right basically in the Bible story. He's doing right. Eve is the one that fuck everything up.
Because she bought the apple.
Mm-hmm. So in this movie, he's Adam. He's trying to do everything right.
Mm-hmm.
Eve basically bites the apple. She just fucks everything up, and it's literally okay. So it's literally his one warning. He just like, you know what I mean? Don't fuck me up. Just be honest with me.
Right.
You know, in the Bible, he was like, stay out of that garden. Don't eat the fruit. Basically, you can do whatever you want. Just don't eat that apple.
I'm looking at everything totally different now. Nigga. some reason in my mind it was like, oh, it's like a Romeo and Juliet story.
Yeah, keep all of this too.
I'm gonna keep it. You know what I mean? I got a Bible right up here, and I don't know shit about it. I don't know nothing about the story, yo.
Nigga, the Bible was looking down like, the fuck is this nigga talking?
Romeo and Juliet, nigga, that's the wrong story. But yeah, I'm gonna keep all of it. I'm stupid.
But yeah, so that shit was a little long. But literally, hey, whoever know what that song, I want that song, nigga. I'm looking for it on Spotify. Just let me know what song that is, cause I like that shit. And then so you see them doing the back and forth, whatever. And then he bring her to his house. I think it was like spend the night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm guessing this is the first time they have sex.
Yeah.
But that was too long too. I'm like, my nigga, like it was like, hey.
That was a long sex scene. I was just like, yo, nigga, I didn't know if I was watching a porno or what, nigga.
Right.
Like, yo, this shit long. Pause. I was like, it's a long ass scene, man. But
hey, it was when I don't know if I was tripping because I couldn't watch it the second time I watched this, but I feel like in one of the sex scenes that nigga kind of accidentally looked at the camera, kind of like
possibly probably the camera's probably in his face too much. Like that's the first time I've seen, you know, that nigga play like this role to like, you know what I mean, actually have a scene with a let me take that back, because in Nothing to Lose he had like a scene, but it was a funny movie, so they wasn't really trying to be super
it was like goofy,
romantic or whatever. But yeah, this was one of them long ass scenes. Like this could have been one of those editing situations. Just like, yo, yeah, send it to the editor. You know, he'll cut it up. That nigga was like, nah. The editor was sitting there.
Like, I like all of it.
That editor is a pervert.
He was like, I like all of this. Hey, and then it was funny. I don't know why I laughed, but at the end of the sex scene, you heard her scream like, Adam. That nigga was like, Eve. Hey, I don't know why I laughed.
God was just like, wait a minute, what y'all doing, nigga? This ain't free. That
shit was funny to me. And then so then you see like I guess the one that he choked in the beginning was writing them letters, because you see him reading one of the letters.
Yeah.
He like
seemed like he was keeping the letters.
Yeah, because I was laughing because I'm like, nigga, I'm not petty. I want to see your pain. Like, yeah, keep writing me this letter so I can see how sorry you are. I ain't gonna say shit back, but I'm gonna keep reading these motherfuckers.
It was just like, nah, these are just for my, you know, just one day, just sit back one day and be like, yeah, this bitch used to be writing me letters and shit like that. Nigga had receipts.
You threw him away in that scene though, but I was like, yeah, I'm not petty, nigga. I'm keeping all of these shits.
Yeah.
Then you see Terrence Howard. This nigga's getting out of jail.
Terrence Howard.
You kind of get the story like about them stealing the money and all of this.
Yeah, because at first I'm thinking like, okay, like where's this shotgun scene coming from? The scene that she keeps having dreams about. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, like they're gonna show it at some point. I didn't think it was gonna be that though. I didn't think she was gonna be like one of them type of chicks that was, you know, like robbing, scamming people or whatever. I'm thinking that she, you know, she seemed like as far as her character, like in the beginning, it seemed like she was a pretty, I don't know, decent woman. It didn't seem like
but no, even at grandma's house, it was something weird, because she was just like, when the girl was like, come see me, she was like, I ain't getting on the plane with $250,000 in the bag. And it's kind of like, what the fuck? What do you?
And I think that's what threw me off too when I was watching the movie the first time, because I'm thinking, okay, did she get $250,000 from, you know, like some type of settlement? Because I'm still thinking that's Eve from the.
Oh yeah, you were
You know
saying.
what I mean? So I'm just like, okay, like she just got money. I fucked the whole movie up. I don't know what it's called. I watched it twice too, but I mean the second time I caught on of who she was and everything and why she got the 250, of course. But it seemed like she had that money in some type of settlement, even if it was she was with somebody and maybe she wasn't married anymore. Maybe she got a divorce, but you still shouldn't get that much money, I guess.
Yeah.
$250 is a lot.
Yeah, okay, so this is what bothers me about that too, because it's like the Terrence Howard, she tell the story.
Mm-hmm.
He kills the old man, they still rob the money, I guess.
Yeah.
But so for 3 years, she ain't touched this money at all. She just got it.
Yeah.
He should be in jail for life because he broke in and killed his old man, but I don't know what he got arrested. They don't really say what he was in jail for. It was kind of like she tells the story. Yeah, for speeding.
And then he probably had like a gun on him, whatever the case was. But I don't think that they caught him for doing that because they'd probably tried to get the money. Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all stole something from this person. So it's just like they're probably. I mean, I guess not though because she got away.
Yeah, she said he sped through the light and then he dropped her off. She was able to get away.
So then they got 10 years for running a red light.
That's what I'm saying. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But, and then she like wondering why he mad. I'm like, nigga, where the fuck is my money at? What are you doing here? Nigga, for the money, what do you...
I want my half. That's what I'm doing here. I want all of it, really.
Really want all of it.
I did the work.
It was bothering me because it's like, what? If you're not going to use this money, what are you holding on to it for?
Probably just to see if that nigga was ever going to get out of jail. She was hoping that nigga got killed in jail. It was just like, I can spend this freely.
Yeah, so it was like, and that was conflicting too, because it was like she kind of like moved on from him because that nigga was like, you ain't writing me, send me no money, nothing while I was in jail. So it's like she kind of left him in the past, but then she like, yeah, but I really loved him. It's like, nah, you can't
do both.
The story ain't saying you really loved him.
Right, because like that nigga been probably locked up for I don't know how many years. How many years they say that he was locked up for?
Because it was 3 years.
It was 3-4 years. Okay, so 3 years this man is locked up. You ain't writing him. You know what I mean? It's like you wasn't thinking about anything other than. Didn't she say she spent the money on some like small stuff? Like she bought something with the money.
That's what she said. Because he said like I followed you on your little shopping spree. So it's like now you spending it.
Right. Yeah.
But if you. Like I was confused on what she was trying to do. Like, are you trying to get away from dude, or are you like what are you really trying to do?
Yeah. Like it seemed like it didn't seem like she was in love with him again until like he actually came back in. Like he came back into the story to where she was just like, nigga kissed her on, you know what I mean? At one point, at one time, and the homeless man was just nigga was always disappointed in the movie. Every time he saw her, he was like. This nigga sees Brian Hooks. Huh?
What he said when he saw Brian Hooks, what did he call him? He said some Rico Suave looking nigga. What did he say?
I don't remember. About the homeless man? Or you talking about? I don't remember what he said.
Yeah, what did he call him? Damn, I should have wrote that shit down.
I'm gonna throw it in here in the edit. I'm gonna throw it in the editing room. What he said.
Man, I can't think of it. But it was hella funny because it was like random. Like, why? I didn't expect dude to talk like that. He was like, yeah, I seen her with some old Rico Suave looking nigga and kissed him.
Yeah. And it seemed like Brian Hooks was you could tell at that point, like it hit him, but he didn't want to believe it. He was just like, he didn't even give it a thought. He was just like, okay, I'm gonna ask her. In his mind, he thinking, I'm gonna ask her about it. But that's about it. You know what I mean? It didn't seem like he was giving it any real thought because he kind of just went on about his day. Yeah.
So, and then it's funny, like, so Brian Hooks was good at that. Like, you don't know what the fuck he's thinking. You don't know what's going through his mind. You just know he crazy. And then supposedly he was getting in hella fights. So when he said that, nigga was like, all right. I'm like, what is this nigga thinking? He finna go over there and shoot some? Like, what is he?
Right.
You know what I mean? He was good at giving off that, I don't know what the fuck this nigga about to do energy.
Yeah, it didn't look like he didn't give like that overly aggressive, like what? I'm about to ask her right now. Like he waited and he told her, he asked her the question like real chill when they was having that little date. And he was just like, look, friend of mine, said he saw you, you know what I mean? Kissed this guy. And she was quick with her shit too, by the way. She didn't seem nervous. She was just like, oh, old friend, I promise it's nothing. I'm just like, this trifling ass. I was like, if you know a man's history, because he told her, you know what I mean? At that point in time, like, did he tell her on the date? That same date that, you know what I mean? Or did he tell her before that that happened to him?
I don't think he told him the story. I don't think he told her. They don't show that he told her the story, but you know he told her the story because he was like, he said just. When did he tell her? He was just like, yeah, just don't lie to me.
Yeah, no, I feel like he told her the actual story. I don't remember when it was. I just remember by the time that she lied to him at the picnic saying that was just a friend or whatever, like she knew. So
right, she knew what happened.
Right. So I'm just like, okay, like this nigga's back. Like you like what like where do you think you're going? Like if you want to be with this dude or not? And he been through this crazy shit. So why would you even lie like about it that quick? Like you could at least told the nigga the truth. Like, look, there's a guy I was with, he was in jail, now he's back. I got a problem. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's when she seemed like she was conflicted on whether she wanted to be with him or the other dude. Because she didn't even know.
But that shit threw me for a loop because it was like, how you conflicted? You ain't reached out to this nigga in 3 years. Like that love ain't the same.
She had to see him. She saw him and then she was just like, yo, I'm still a piece of shit. Like I like this nigga still. She realized that she wasn't shit. So I mean, getting to the part where like wrapping up the movie when he saw her at like I don't know, was she at a record store?
He said that's where he saw her at the record store. It was like a makeshift record store, like it's somebody's house, but it's the record store.
And he was behind her or whatever. And no, what was the part when? Because that was the first time he saw her, right? When she was like, okay, like what are you doing here? That was the first time she saw him. But it was the second time. Oh, he rolled up on in the middle of the street. Wasn't it like?
No, he came to the house.
He came to her house.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think when that was this like more towards the end. He came in like to her house. No, I remember that now. That's when she was in there. That's when Brian Hooks called him, right?
Yeah. So he came to the house because he told her like either you gonna give me everything, or he was like either I'm gonna take all the money or you gonna go with me. Basically, is what he said. Okay. So I guess she decided she was going with him.
Right. I think I'm messing up the time because I feel like she saw him one time at the record store. That's when nobody saw her though. Like she just
Oka saw her.
Not at the record store. Oka saw him outside in the middle of the street.
It was outside the record store.
Oh, so they saw it instead of the record store, then they walked out of the record store, and then that's when he saw. Okay, so yeah.
Because he was like, I just need to talk to you. And she was like, all right. And then they kind of walked out the record store, and she was like, talk. Because remember, he was like, that ass getting fat. No, that ain't no regular spread. Like, right. Spread that ass for somebody. Like,
That's right. So yeah, it was two different times. I'm thinking those are like two separate occasions to where saw the record store, saw her in the middle of the street, and then came into the house. So okay, so he walked out of the record store and then talked to him about it. Okay, yeah. So when he showed up to her house and they upstairs, I'm already knowing that this shit ain't gonna end well. Like, you know what I mean? It's obvious at this point to where this nigga's gonna walk in and see the same exact thing that traumatized him in the beginning of the movie.
But so that that's what kind of threw me because the switch up, it was like she was so in love with Brian Hooks, and then she's like thinking about him, but it was like I didn't expect her to be like, man, fuck it, let's just fuck then. Like I didn't expect it to go that fast.
Yeah, it was. I mean, at the end of it, it was like, okay, like it's like when you're watching a movie, that okay, like it's wrap up time. Like we hitting the climax of the movie. You know what I mean? Like something about to happen. Yeah, it was like they're not about to drag this on any longer. So when she was up there with old boy, Brian Hooks was supposed to meet her, right? I know the homeless man told him
she was supposed to come to him. But he was tripping. He was with his partners. He was like, I don't know what's taking so long. I'm just going to go over here and see.
Yeah. So, because I remember the homeless dude actually told him I don't know if he was outside her house or whatever the case, but he was just like, he been up there for about 30 minutes. So I'm just like, where's this nigga always? Why is he always in the right place?
Always there.
Like, what city is this to where he's always there? Or y'all just live in like all this shit is happening in a cul-de-sac?
You can tell they in Frisco because I saw the bridge, and then you see the trolley. When he's talking to the old man, you see the trolley coming down the hill.
Yeah, that nigga see everything.
Everything. That nigga always there. Like this nigga always there.
I'm telling you, nigga, that's the true villain of the story, bro. Like he set everything up, nigga, because that nigga, he everywhere she is. That nigga always telling. And before we get to that part, that nigga got the bag at the end. I'm just like, yo, this nigga.
Hey, that man.
I was like, this nigga right here is a shyster.
How the fuck okay, so we get to there, right? He busted. He see them fucking. It's funny when they fucking. He walk in. She like, get off me, like nigga, your leg is in the air.
Right. Like, you were like, how he's not raping you at this point.
At all.
You know what I mean? You having sex with this nigga. This nigga Brian Hooks was just like, you could tell that nigga was just trying to hold back, like, yo, I'm about to kill everybody in here, bro.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. He did like his portrayal in that scene. It wasn't like over the top. It wasn't like, oh, what the fuck? He just walked in like you could see that nigga was just done. Like nigga, just fuck it.
He said the same thing I said in my head. He was just like, you gonna do this the exact same way? I was like, man, that's exactly what I thought. Like, man, you gonna dog me the same way I told you I got dogged. Why?
And he was being a real nigga in the scene because he wasn't even coming at dude. He was just looking at her the whole time. Exactly. She's yelling, dude, like, oh, this that square ass nigga you was with. The whole time he looking at her.
Yeah, and you see when he finally looked at him. No, he gave him that look like.
But he wasn't going. I feel like he wasn't going to. He was focused on her, and then until dude was like, "Hey man, get your ass out of here right now." Yeah. Then he kind of looked at him like, "Nigga, do you know I will kill you?"
Right. Right. Yeah. So getting to the part to where, they wrestling or whatever, and, same shit that happened in the beginning. It's like all deja vu for him, probably. It's like, damn, I gotta kill me another nigga.
Yeah.
Kill me out another nigga.
I honestly thought the gun was going to go off and she was going to get shot.
Yeah. That would have pissed me off, though. I'm glad it didn't happen because it's like, I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that type of scene. Like, if I would have wrote the movie, I would have wrote it just like he did. Like, he shot him, and then, he sat next to her. I'm thinking, like, no, this nigga not about to take her back. No, he not. No, he not about to say it's cool. That nigga was just like, what did he say? He was just like, man, like, I don't want to live without you or something like that. That nigga popped in the neck. You heard that little snap? That was just like...
but it was like it seemed like he said what he was going to say to her when he was about to propose to her.
Right.
She like balling, but nigga, it sounded like he bit a bag of chips though, but that nigga cracked her neck like.
I was just like, yep, that's exactly how I would have ended it. Nigga popped that neck, bro. Because the first time he gave the girl a pass, and he just choked her and dropped her.
Yeah.
He was like, nigga, I'm choking and killing people this time.
Everybody died.
Yeah.
Okay, but after that, right? So I'm like, I'm happy he killed both of them. I'm like, fuck both of them.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, damn, he gonna kill himself.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that.
Nah, but then okay, so look, he put the gun under his chin,
and
then they cut from the scene. I'm like, did he kill? The first time I watched it, I was like, because they showed him getting rescued. I'm like, nah, he shot himself
in the neck. Yeah,
yeah. But then the second time I watched it, you hear the cop like, yeah, it's a stomach wound.
Okay, so
like, I'm thinking back to the beginning of the story. He was telling his partners, they was like, we tired of you talking about how you can kill somebody and shoot yourself in the stomach and get away with it.
I was gonna say that. So it's like you caught it too. Like I didn't catch it till the second time. And when he was talking to his boys about, he was like, all the shit you talking about, you can shoot somebody in the stomach and survive or whatever. Yeah. So yeah.
So the first time I watched it, I remember him telling them that story. Okay, so this is the with the editing, some of the scenes, the music in the background will be too loud.
Okay.
Like, so they'll have a kind of like in the gym, like you could tell they were doing like the gym ambiance music, but it was hella loud. So it's like you got to really focus to hear what they saying to each other.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't catch that shit to the second time.
Yeah, but the first time I caught that story, but then by the end, I couldn't hear the cop talking. I couldn't hear the radio thing. I just heard the loud ass R&B song at the end.
Right.
And then I just seen them kind of like look at each other like, oh, something happened, like something survived. But then the second time I watched it with subtitles.
Okay.
And then I saw when the cop was like, yeah, it's a stomach wound.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yes, okay, I understand the change up. He didn't want to kill himself at the end. He like, I'll get away with it. But then how the fuck did that money get downstairs?
Okay, so before we go there, where's you? I want to ask you a question. How did you feel like? Okay, like if the movie would have ended him just shooting himself in the head, it wouldn't have been no, the extra scenes like after the credits, like they're showing him getting wheeled through, the hospital, and of course he's alive, right? Mm-hmm. So how would you feel if that movie ended like he shot himself? How would you have felt?
So you talk about because I felt like it did end like because it said Adam and Eve after the gunshot.
Right.
So you think that's the end, but then you see the extra scene. If he would have just shot himself, I felt like it'd have been. I feel like it'd have been like a poetic ending. You know what I mean? Like he just tired. He like fuck the world. I'm tired of it. So it's like I would be like, fuck, I don't want you to kill yourself, but I understand like you fucking tired of it. You know what I mean?
So yeah, I think that's what threw me off, like as far as the title and my whole like Romeo and Juliet shit we was talking about earlier. I think like that's what threw me to that thought, like, okay, like Romeo and Juliet story, like one person dies and he kills himself because she's dead now. Like, so in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, that's the story. That's what they're going for. And I was a little upset. I'm just like, nah, like you don't really have nothing bad going on for yourself other than bitches be cheating on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got a good business. You know what I mean? You seem like a good dude. You got friends and shit. Of course, your best friend ain't shit because that nigga fucked your wife. But, you know what I mean? He didn't seem like his life was that bad. I was like, don't kill yourself over a woman that you only been with like 3 months.
Yeah. But then it's like, but then at the same time, if you see everything he did to rebuild himself and then how he kind of allowed himself to fall in love with her, because he was a hoe before that. So it was like he finally felt like, damn, I'm back on the right path. Like, she's making me better. Basically is what he was saying. Like, she made me better.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like it seemed like he lived to love. You know what I mean? And it was like, I don't got literally nobody else. Best friend ain't shit. Grandpa did. It's like, now I got somebody else in my life.
Right. Somebody that's, seem like they're going to hold me down and all of that. Even though, like, I don't care how long it was, 3 years, 4 years. After that one situation, I wouldn't have trusted nobody that fast. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that I would never trust nobody again. But
it seemed like it showed the building of the trust. That's why you had that long ass montage of them being together. Because like he didn't have sex with her for it's for hella long, like hella dates. Like they didn't do it. Like he walk into the door, then she walk in the house, like that was it. Like he wasn't pressing nothing.
Right. Yeah. No, I understand. I just think that I would have been a little disappointed. Like I dug the extra part of the movie at the end. Like they try to hit you with the Marvel joint with the with the scenes after the credits or whatever. So I'm thinking like, okay, only thing I'm just like, nah, is the money.
I didn't get it.
I was like, how did the money get in the garbage?
And how did Okas know it was there?
Exactly. Like, okay, like that nigga's still up there. That nigga killed us. That nigga didn't call the cops or nothing. That nigga just sat there and watched the doves fly. He was just like, I'm like, you better get on a payphone or something. Like, what's going on? Bro?
No, that nigga was like, no more pizza, no more money. Fuck.
Exactly. He was dead.
That nigga going up there.
That nigga went. He didn't even know boy was dead or not. He just started. He's like, fuck it. I'm about to hit this trash can. Give me some food. They got $250 and bounced. He was just like, fuck it. The homie dead. I got money though. So the scene go ahead.
I was about to say, I didn't like how the lady was looking in the camera when she was the nurse. And she kind of looked up like, I was like, all right, like, hey.
It's one of the long scenes. Yeah. Nah. And I was trying to figure out, okay, watching the movie the second time and them saying, oh yeah, I heard you're RN and all of that now. I didn't, piece it together to the second time, but I'm still trying to figure out what were they trying to say. Like, okay, now that he's in the hospital and that she's the nurse, they held that scene like she was about to be like on some, like trying to kill that nigga in the hospital type shit. I don't know what she was just there for. Like she was looking like she was like, they could have made a part 2 out of that scene.
So, two things. First of all, Brian Hook, somebody asked him, and he said, "Yeah, we're working on part 2 right now."
Oh, okay.
He said that on his Instagram. But I think that it was supposed to be the shocker that she's the one who's actually saving his life, even though she fucked up his life in the beginning. I think it's supposed to be that angle. Like, I can't believe she the one.
All right.
This nigga when she was the one who wasn't shit.
I was like, man, you just a nurse. You just in here, you know what I mean? Like you in here helping the doctor out. You ain't saved my life. Because
it was like essentially she's still in love with him too. Like Eve was still in love with dude.
Oh, yeah,
so it's kind of like even though he choked her up and all of that, she's still in love with him. So I think if he said that we're gonna part 2. I think it's gonna build off regaining that. Like now she got time to really like express her love and apologize and all of this shit.
Ain't no way, boy.
Oh no, never.
Ain't no way, boy.
Go back to Slim.
Man, I'm saying.
So I'm giving it. I would have gave it 3, but I'm going to give it 4, and it's not even being biased. So the acting was good. The writing was good. The story, of course, was good. But then I was not going to give it for production because, like I said, them long ass scenes. But I can forgive it because that R&B song was slapping, nigga, like that. I really want to know what the fuck that was. Like, whoever that was, that shit was hard. So I have to give it all for it. It is like, that's like a minor. That them scenes being too long is kind of like a minor. It's not enough to be like, oh, the production was bad. It was just like a minor thing. Like it could have been shortened.
Gotcha.
Like, I don't want to see somebody having sex for a whole 10 minutes. Like it's okay. You know what I mean?
Unless there's some titties or something in there.
Yeah, it was. So yeah, so this is the first. I guess it's the first perfect production, but it's Brian Hooks. Like I said, he's in our opinion, he's like the king of the shit. He's the king of the underground movies. Like I haven't seen a movie where Brian Hooks didn't do his part. Even if the movie's not that good, he's still gonna be him. So it's like,
right.
So for the fact that this is the first movie he put together himself and all of this like production and all that, I don't know if it's the first. I'm just saying it's the first. I think it's the first. For the fact that he's the one who did it all, it only makes sense that it came out the way it came out.
Yeah, it said in the beginning it was a Brian Hooks production. It says he directed and wrote it. So I mean, it seemed like it was his baby pretty much. So
yeah, I don't know if it's his first or not, but if it was his first, nigga, hey, he knocked this shit out.
Yeah, for sure. As far as my rating goes, so I'm gonna get it right this time.
Oh wait, hey, I didn't say my shit because you got to say the echoes. Oh. It was I wasn't even supposed to say it. Like I wasn't even supposed to say full right. So you got me fucking up. So I'm supposed to say that's on you. Hey, but it was like it's like right. Put the echoes on my shit. I want my shit to treble, like intensify my shit.
All right, so so the full movie, and I feel like it's gonna come off super biased, just like you said. And you know, this is not gassing Brian Hooks or anything. This was just like it wasn't a hard watch. And the second time, I wasn't like, damn, like I don't want to watch this again, just to like, you know, really, you know, be able to review the movie. But I was able to, you know what I mean? It kind of flowed. It wasn't too long. Just like you said, some of the scenes could have been cut.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? I would have to give it 4 rights as well. Because I dug everything. There wasn't nothing that I said, you know, could have been better. Because even when I was thinking like, damn, like I would have did this the exact same way if I would have wrote it. Only thing I would have changed is the ending when he shot himself, but then he survived. So I'm thinking, okay, I wouldn't have gave it. Well, let me take that back because that's just one part of the movie. But the facts are, like, I don't like the ending. I felt like maybe I would have to take away one of the rights for the story because I didn't like how it ended. But since it ended the way it did and it's like carrying on to possibly have a sequel, I'm gonna have to give it 4 rights as well. So production wise too, I dug it as far as, you know, the quality, and I'm not even sure I could say the acting was bad either. It seemed like everybody kind of was on point. It didn't seem like nobody. Well, in this movie, there was no reason to go overboard anyway.
Right. It was pretty calm the whole movie.
Yeah, like people was just kind of chilling. You know what I mean? It had some like, I guess, comedic relief in there somewhere. Shout out to my nigga in the movie Asian E40. He was in there as the one of the employees. The big
dude sweeping.
Yeah. So shout out
he the dude that he be doing the E40 videos.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out to him. I thought that was cool for him to be in there. But yeah, 4 rights, man. Like acting, writing, story, production. Yeah, I can't really say anything too bad about this film, other than the long scenes. You know what I mean? And that's no bias to Brian Hooks. I'm gonna give the movie right.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.